Hello there, cats and kittens. Greetings and salutations. Today, I'd like to share my Invisalign plan from the position my teeth were in at the very beginning all the way to where my teeth will be positioned when I'm finished. If you are still information gathering about Invisalign, or you're curious about, if you're Invisalign curious, I hope this video will be helpful for you. Let's begin. So I will try to keep the rest of this video as short as I possibly can, but I do want you to be able to understand and see some of the details. Now, I might not need to tell you this, but I just want to make sure you're aware that your endpoint is going to look different than somebody else's endpoint. Your straight teeth are going to look different than somebody else's straight teeth. Like a great many other things in life, it's just better not to compare yourself to other people because we are all different. I'm a pretty good example of that because if you look at the picture, I don't have a particularly large mouth or particularly large teeth. In fact, they told me to give them the biggest, widest smile I could give them. And that is the biggest, widest smile I could give them. So what I'd like to do is show you some pictures and also some video of the computer simulation showing where my starting point was and where my end point should be. And I'll give you a little glimpse of how things look right now. So from the picture, you can see what my original plan was and the simulation of how my teeth were going to look. Initially, it was 24 trays for both the upper and the lower teeth. About halfway through that initial plan, my upper teeth went off track, so we had to run a different set of trays for them. Now from this picture, you can see the current reality of what's going on with my upper teeth. It doesn't look like a dramatic change at this point because they work from the back teeth all the way to the front teeth. So now the front teeth are going to be showing that really dramatic change. So here you can see the simulation video from the front. You'll notice those little arrows sticking out and pointing to some of my teeth. Those indicate where the attachments should go. The attachments are like these little ceramic dots that they stick to your teeth. Obviously, it's temporary. They take them off when you're all done with your program. But what they do is they help the aligners to grip your teeth, which helps the aligners move your teeth with more exactness. So from this front view, you can see the alignment or misalignment of my teeth. Notice that my teeth all kind of pitch inward a little bit, except for the two teeth next to my very front teeth. I always call them the number 2 teeth because I can never really remember what they're called. So the number 2 teeth twist and pitch forward. From this view, you can't really see it all that well. But when I change the video from the first tray to the last tray, it's a pretty dramatic change. Now let's take the side view. From the picture and the beginning of the video, you can see that I've got a bit of an overbite. You can see those teeth kind of twisting and then the front teeth pitching backward. I still don't think the picture shows a really dramatic change. But when you look at the video, from the first tray to the very last tray, I think that's when it's really noticeable. They just changed the alignment of the teeth and they were able to move the lower teeth forward a little bit so that the molars were no longer crowded. Boom! Now in the lower teeth only view, you can see that there's like this weird separation between the front teeth and the molars. When you look at the video, it's super, super noticeable. It's like they're all living in separate houses and then they all move in together. And I got a tilted view so you can see how the teeth are all kind of crooked, off kilter, like they're on their own little journeys. After, everything is lined up so nicely. Okay, now from the top front view, you can see how the crowding in the back has forced the front teeth to be a little bit twisted. The number 2 teeth are twisting forward. The very front teeth are twisting and pushing back. Like the lower teeth, the crowding in the upper teeth is caused by having a narrow palate. And you can see how as the palate is widened, there's room for the front 4 teeth to straighten out and line up together. So you might notice that as my front teeth kind of untwist, it gives me a gap between my front 2 teeth. I'm okay with that. There's nothing wrong with a gap between your teeth. Gaps are cute. And in this case, I did another kind of tilted view so that you can see from the right angle just how twisted up those front 4 teeth really are and how lined up they are at the end. So here is the palate view. These are my upper teeth as if you were looking up at them. So here the thing to notice is that before treatment, my palate is a little closer to being a V shape. And then after treatment, it's a more rounded U. That widening of the palate is what gives the teeth room to move. And this widening of the palate is most of the work that's been going on with my aligners so far. I didn't mention this before, but you can see on the right side, remember this is an upper view. This is if you were looking up to my teeth. On the right side, I have a third molar. My wisdom teeth came in on the right side, upper and lower, and that's part of the reason why everything's so crowded. So now let's look at the palate view of my lower teeth. Remember, it's like you were looking down at my teeth. Pretend there's a tongue in the middle, and that'll help if you can't quite visualize it. With the molars, notice that the third molar is so impacted and pushing so hard on the second molar that the second molar is twisting inward. After making room for the molars in back, surprise, surprise, there's room for the teeth in front to move into position. I did the tilted view on the lower teeth as well, so you can see just how crowded those front teeth were. And now that I've finished the treatment on the lower teeth, my teeth are now all lined up the way they were supposed to be. And as always, if you have any questions about this video, leave a comment below. So I hope this has been helpful for you. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye-bye.